everyone. Good Friday afternoon to you. It is a Friday afternoon where a lot of stuff is going on. You've got the Open Championship, which is, airing as we speak, and they're just about finished for the day. And if you want to watch it, it's streaming on Peacock and it's also on the USA Network. So got another couple of hours, and then of course they'll go to Golf Channel to break down what did happen today. So lots of stuff going on there. We also have coming up tonight, 9 p.m. on Fox. It'll be the U.S. Women's World Cup first round. They take on Vietnam, and the game will be played, of course, in Australia as we kicked off the 2023 Women's World Cup. Speaking of soccer, tonight at 7 p.m. on Apple TV Plus, the MLS 360 group has got going for them the debut of Lionel Messi. Messi, of course, with Inter Miami, and he makes his debut tonight in a Cup Championship uh, first round game, and that's going to be against the Mexican side, Cruz Azul. So lots of big games. So you got baseball. If you're a baseball fan, we got a huge weekend series between the Rays and the Orioles. Last night was the first of the four-game series. The Orioles came back and won the game in the 10th inning, and it was an exciting game, well played game. Both sides played outstanding. So yeah, we got a wonderful weekend of sports on TV. George Kliakoff, the not often seen commissioner of the Pac-12, had his kickoff of the media day today in Las Vegas. He said that the deal was imminent, their new media deal, but he did not want to overshadow what was going on with regard to talking about football. So, uh, you know, the commissioner stopped right there and didn't say anything. Now he was the follow up question was, okay, you've got a deal, but you don't want to announce it right now because you don't want to overshadow the the media day, and the commissioner amended what he had said earlier and said, no, 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 that's not what I meant. I meant to say that we will have a deal soon. So stay tuned on that one. Um, we talked about the possibility of ESPN and Comcast coming together for a deal. Disney is talking to right now Comcast about their 33% in Hulu. There there could be, and this is not 100%, but there could be an opportunity for Comcast to waive the amount of money that they would take for their for Disney wanting to buy out 33%, which is a contractual obligation that Disney has to do it, and perhaps they would be willing to sell um, some equity in ESPN to Comcast. It actually would make a lot of sense because you've got the number one leader in sports and the number one leader in cable. And so putting those two together might very well be a good plan. And perhaps, given the way that, you know, Hulu and that whole situation is going, we could see later down the line, this is way down the line, the possibility of a situation where they get together and pool resources where Hulu and Peacock, have some sort of arrangement. But first and foremost, they have to deal with the Hulu situation, and so we'll see how Comcast deals with the Hulu situation at this point in time. So they've entered into agreements. I'm sorry, entered into conversations. They expect an agreement sometime within the next month to maybe 6 weeks. So um, sometime before Labor Day, they hope to have that deal out of the way. Bob Iger and Brian Roberts, and their surrogates have begun those discussions. So we'll see how far that goes. We put out there who might be the folks who would be interested in, uh, you know, getting together because, at this point, consolidation is going to probably be key going forward, and certainly the combination of ESPN and Comcast would be a very formidable group. We also said that we thought that either Apple, Amazon would get together with Fox because Fox doesn't want to do any streaming. So both of them would be candidates to be partners. Although, quite frankly, it wouldn't surprise me if Fox did deals separately with both of them because they actually have different interests. Apple likes to have a lot, content and a lot of it. While the folks at Amazon likes to, go for the one big event. So, there's a way where they could work with both of them, and that could be something that we see in the not too distant future. So, stay tuned on that side of the ledger. And you know, I think the key here is what makes the most sense. We got CBS; they've already worked with the folks at Warner and Discovery, which used to be Turner, and so we can expect that they'll probably have conversations about consolidating efforts in their realm. And then, as we said before, NBC has a couple of options. Comcast being, their parent company. Does it make sense to do business with, Disney? It seems to make business sense for the moment at this time, but they have other possibilities as well, and we'll see how that goes. They're going to spin off Disney Plus, so we'll see. It's going to bring some of the content to Hulu, while others of it they are likely going to offload or try to offload to somebody else. So I think this part of it should be should be very interesting, and we'll see how things play out over the next few months. And what else is going on here? We've got it's really not a slow summer, but what we do know is this. Some of the top programs, because of the writer's strike and the actors not feeling like it is a good idea to cross cross the picket line, means that many of the fall shows that we're used to seeing in September, October are probably not going to be seen. I know that CBS put out a list of shows, chief among them, their two top programs, NCIS and Young Sheldon. Neither of those shows will air in 2023. So you won't be able to see season 7 of Young Sheldon until sometime early, probably in February of 2024. And the same as goes for NCIS. So a lot of the stuff that we're used to seeing in the fall, new programs, scripted programs, are likely to fall by the wayside. So there's that going on. Let's see what kind of questions you guys have for me today. Let's see. We talked about the takeaway from that. The you know situation with George Liakoff and his media day not getting off to a good start, but you have to figure that he was absolutely um, not necessarily going to be there, and probably didn't want to be. But everybody's got to be someplace, and George had nothing to say and got off the stage relatively quickly. I think the running time on his part of the conversation was about 15, 20 minutes. So then they went on to the coaches, and they're presently going on right now with the players. By the way, if you're interested in finding and watching that, the show, which I think is certainly worthy of consideration if you're a college football fan. A lot of good players are going to be playing in the Pac-12 this year. They're going to probably have 4 or 5 quarterbacks. At least 3 of them um, are certainly Heisman Trophy worthy um, considerations, and we have the reigning Heisman Trophy winner at USC, Caleb Williams. So, excuse me. So yeah, I think you should check that out. It's on. It's. You're gonna have a special wrap-up show at 7:30 Eastern. That's 7:30 Eastern on the Pac-12 network. You can watch the um, all the festivities going on right now at Media Day in Vegas on the Pac-12 network right now. So if you're interested, Pac-12 network has all of your stuff right now. Let's see what we got going on here. Bum, 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 and go for comments and what's going on. Okay. I thought we had like a comment section there. For some reason, I'm having a little trouble finding it. So let's go down and see what. Shout out to Greg Swain, who his Twitter mentions this weekend, and he's got a whole bunch of good people in there. He's kind enough to can include me, which is very nice. Um, the Larry Pilgrim, Larry, okay. Talking about George Kliakov. Larry says that he wants, he was hired to take the flack for the presidents, and all the commissioners do that. My boss is telling me that if he had stuck with um, this, a long time ago, he could have, you know, delivered what was asked for. So it's an interesting take, Larry, and I think you're probably right. I mean, look, all commissioners are hired to take the flack for the president. So we're in the case of professional sports, they're hired to take the flack for the owners. So sometimes they get blamed for things that they have absolutely no control over. So, it is what it is, and we'll find out. I do think that they're still going to get a contract, and it's going to be enough to keep all 10 teams together. I don't think I truly don't think they want to leave. One of the upshots from today's media day was that Coach Prime, Dion, had because of surgery he had on his foot, was unable to head out to Vegas, and he's recuperating back in Boulder, Colorado. So we wish Coach Prime a speedy recovery. And I'm sure that people would have loved to have had him on hand for media day, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So that's what happens, right? It is what it is. So we'll see Coach Prime. Believe me, it's not like we're not going to see him. We're going to see a lot of him. Those of you tonight, let's go back again real quick through what's going to happen, what's coming up tonight. We've got baseball, as I said, the big series, the Orioles and Rays. Those games, Apple TV, as a matter of fact, has Rays and Orioles tonight. And also on Apple TV, it'll be Lionel Messi's debut in Fort Lauderdale for Inter Miami as they take on Cruz Azul. And in the, you know, in the trophy tournament, we've got Women's World Cup. That's a 9 o'clock start on Fox. Check that out. And throughout the weekend, you've got the Open Championship in golf. That's going to be early in the morning on Peacock, USA, and NBC. If you miss anything, Golf Channel does replay of all of it during the primetime hours. So plenty of opportunities to see that. So keep that up. FS1 has got a continued coverage of the Women's World Cup. They will have the early morning games the prime afternoon and evening time games will be aired on Fox, the big Fox, the over the air Fox. So keep an eye out for that. So all right, look, it's been about 15 minutes, and really that's about all we can talk about, guys. So we're gonna leave you here, and we're gonna see you back on Monday. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy. Hopefully the weather's good wherever you may be. And by all means, we're looking forward to seeing you back here on Monday. Okay. Till then, I'm Jim Williams. Take care.